Okay, guys. Time I did an update, so we'll do Bitcoin, ETH, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash. We'll have a look at ETC. Maybe we'll have a look at XRP. So I do think that this is corrective. I don't think it's impulsive. Excuse me. I see potential here that this is going to be an ABC. And there is 5 impulsive waves. So if we just measure these out and we can get a clearer picture. So if we take it down to here, I'll just turn the magnet off. I take it down to here, look, that's the top of wave 3. Okay, so what we expect to happen for a wave 4 is for it to come into the 236 to 382 level, which it did. Okay. And we had this 5th wave. So that completed this first impulsive move to the upside. Generally, what happens next is that we have a corrective phase. And we can also put the fib up to the top. So we can see that this was a 3-leg structure. Okay, now with the C wave, typically it is more or less the same length as the A wave, but sometimes you can get 5 legs within that C leg. I think that has happened here. I think that this is probably wave 1 here or wave 1 here, something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 3, and then 4, 5. So it'd be looking something like this. Which would mean, I mean, we're getting a bit of a bounce of this area as well. We took out this liquidity zone. So, I mean, it looks good. It does look good. So if we have a look at whole suite, so we're just wrapping this band now. Typically, we want that to go green, or we want to be above that as well. So if I have a look here, when the price is above green, we're tracking the green and we're going up. Okay, so just an indication of buying pressure and sell pressure. But this looks good. We're not well underneath. So under here, if you have a look over here, when you're well underneath the band, this is really bearish. But right now we're not. So we're trying to recover this band, and we're looking to turn that green. So it looks something like this. So this band will start to look like this, and then green. And then what we want is for the price to start tracing up like that. Okay. So I do think that this is a good area. We are in the golden pocket, so that is, I do use the 0.5, but typically the golden pocket is the 0.618 to the 786. We have come within that zone. 50%, the 50% discount is more than enough for wave 2. So on the bigger picture, this is what I see. Obviously, this is for Bitcoin Cash. We'll just get rid of these drawings. Oh, I believe that this is your first impulsive move up. So we're coming up to here, and that we've come down for a wave 2. So it would look something like this. So that's wave 1, that's wave 2, and then up for that. So that's your primary count. And I tell you what, we'll show the wave on that as well. So this is your primary count, and at the moment we are in wave 2 of wave 3. Okay, so to give ourselves a target for this impulsive move up, we want to use a fib extension. So wave 3 ideally coming into at least a 1.618. Now, I personally think that we are actually going to break that. Now, I know that that's a bit presumptuous in trading, but I do think that we're going to break that, and we're going to come up to these highs here. Just a personal opinion. Obviously, that might not happen, but when you have sort of spidey sensors, that's kind of what you get a feel for. So I think that wave 3 is going to be quite big, which would mean that the price is going to look something like this. So we've got our first impulsive wave here for wave 3. That'd be wave 2, either complete or very nearly complete, and then wave 3, 4, 5, and they would be your subwaves of wave 3. Now, if we are going to go this high, wave 4 tends to be obviously quite shallow. So let's say we went up to here, you would want to be looking in for the 0.236 and the 382 zone. So something like that. And then again, wave 5 could be extended. So we could be going up quite high. So I do think that we're going to be trading in, well over $1,000, maybe even close to 2,000 pretty soon. And that is going to be this rally. So that's Bitcoin Cash. That's where I think it's going. And pretty much now is a good time to get in, if I'm totally honest. I'd say that your invalidation zone is about $286. So either your lick zone here or stop loss, however way you want to do it. That's what I would do. That would be the bet that I would take. And yeah, just pray to your crypto god or whatever god you believe in, that you don't get liquidated. So let's move over to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's pretty similar. There's more clear 5-wave count on Bitcoin. So if we have a look here, this is probably going to be wave 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's going to be it. Yeah, something like that. I reckon that's about your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, the fifth leg only needs to just go above the third wave. So I do think that that's probably the valid count. Either way, there's other options. That could be wave 3, but the proportion of it doesn't really look right. So I do think that this is the third wave, and the fifth wave probably truncated. So if you have a look on the fib, again, this looks like a 3-wave structure. So I would say probably something like that is your ABC. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, more or less. We could probably let's just see if we can get a more accurate version of that. Yeah, I mean, that's right into the box. Yeah. Okay. So that would be your green box. Maybe a smidge below that green box. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, we're in. So that's your first count. So this then becomes your first impulsive move to the upside. And that would be primary wave 1, primary wave 2, and then we're up to 3, 4, 5. So in theory, there isn't, well, because there's another 5-wave count here, 1, 2, probably 3. We'll just do 3 there, 4, 5. We've got 5 waves here. Whereabouts on the fib does that take it to? Okay. If we bounce from here, this is probably a wave 4. But either way, I do think that we are in wave 3 of this subwave count. Okay, so this still would be your primary move. So I'm expecting upside. If we get in a fib extension on this to give us an idea of where the price can go, wave 3, really you want to come up to at least a 618. Again, we could extend, so we could go to 2.618. I mean, that would go along with my thoughts on Bitcoin Cash. So potentially we could be going to 100 grand. Fifth leg probably taking us up to into 160, 170, anywhere from 150 to 170, something like that. Yeah, so that's Bitcoin. Pretty straightforward. My invalidation for this long is actually down here. Okay. So I am in a long, and my stop loss is right there. If we start pumping up here, I will move my stop loss to here. And then I'll just leave it. So next up, let's have a look at ETH. So I've already done this for the group. What have we got? Let's get rid of that. So we've got 5 legs up. Let's get rid of that. We're in the golden pocket. Now, on Friday, we longed ETH in the group. We longed it here. And we got out there. And I said that we were going to come back down and we were going to do a retracement in the group. And I also posted this morning and I said, look, we are exactly where I thought we were going to come down to. So what are we going to do? And first thing was, that we're going to long it. So we longed it. How many hours ago now? 8 or 9 hours ago. And yeah, so just waiting for it to do its thing, and the invalidation for ETH would be down here, because this then becomes the first impulsive move up. Okay, so this then, again, like Bitcoin, this is your wave 1, this is your wave 2, 3, 4, 5. And we can get an extension on that, so we can decide, see where the price is going to take it. So somewhere like that. Wave 3, really you want it to get up to about 3,500. But like I said, again, this can extend, so we could be going up here. Okay, and then the 5th leg up here, especially if Bitcoin's going to extend, and what I think about Bitcoin Cash as well. So that's ETH. We are also long on ETH. Let's have a look at Litecoin. Again, sort of similar story, really. Litecoin, I do think, has the potential to make another leg down. And that would look something like this. Taking it into that golden pocket. However, my only thoughts on that is that everything else looks like it's already done its correction. So, potential that this is already completed. So I'm not gonna actively trade Litecoin. I do have spot holdings, but in terms of what I want to see in a chart for leverage trading, it just doesn't fit the bill. So yeah, by all means, spot looks great. If you can buy it at $63, great. If you can buy it at $58, that's also great. It's not going to make a difference. XRP, on the daily, if I go on the weekly and show you, look, this is what I think. This is a massive bear flag. I just don't see anything. You got this contracting triangle potentially, but this price hasn't gone up here. It's not perfect. It should look like this and then out. And it doesn't. It just looks like a big bear flag. So, last bull market, everyone got left behind on ETH. They're all trapped in their spot positions and whatnot. And yeah, just something doesn't sit right with XRP. We could, if you have a look at whole suite, yeah, it looks okay on the weekly. Potentially you could long it, but the stop loss for me would be down here, and that's huge. I can't do anything with that. That's 33%, drop, and I'm happy to consider. I'm happy to entertain the fact that this could be an ABC. Sorry, an ABCDE. So that could be A, B. See, I'd be more inclined to say that was C. Something like that. Maybe. If you're gonna play this, if you see the price coming up to like just over $1, be prepared for an E leg like that. Something like that. I'd probably, if the price came up here and clearly touched this top of the triangle, I'd be looking for something like that, or another triangle like that. Then I would get in. But until that happens, I'm not bothering with it. I think that's it, guys. I think, yeah. If you haven't joined Man Pro Club, all the details will be in the description of this video. Come over and have some fun. It's really cheap to join. We do this sort of stuff every day, and yeah, make some money. Cheers, guys.